The car is actually so dirty. And just like that, we're back with another video, guys. First of all, I just want to say a huge thank you to you guys for watching the videos, subscribing, giving it a thumbs up, and even leaving comments, guys. Just know I read all the comments, so seeing how much you guys really enjoy the car, rock with the videos, and just the channel in general, it just means a lot to me, guys. So the amount of support, it's still crazy to me. We're almost at 300 subscribers now, and just seeing how fast the channel is growing, you know, just wants me to motivate me to push out more of these videos. And like I always mention, just have fun with it. But in this video, guys, it's just gonna be a simple one. We're just gonna talk about, should you buy a B58 in 2024? One of the points I want to mention first is reliability. I know a lot of people ask, is the B58 reliable? The BMW is notorious for, you know, being unreliable, this and that. But I just want to say, this engine alone has been nothing but perfect in my opinion. Keep in mind, I've had this car for about 3 years now. It came out in 2017. It was produced in 2017, but I've had the car since 2021. So the car itself is about 7-8 years old. So I've had the car tuned and threw on downpipes and a transmission tune since the first week I've gotten it, which was in 2021. So for 3 years I've had this tune, and guys, it's been nothing but perfect. The only issue that I've ever had with the car was a leaky water pump that leaked coolant, but that had nothing to do with the tune or with any aftermarket part I installed. It was just a known failure point in like Gen 1 B58s. Guys, so the second point I want to mention is MPG. Another reason why I think you should get a B58 is for the MPG alone. So I average about 22-23 miles per gallon, give or take, but keep in mind that's with like full exhaust and tune and transmission tune, like full bolt-on, basically everything done to the car, and I'm averaging 22-23 miles per gallon. Like, let me tell you guys, like, I'm not even feathering on the gas pedal most of the time either. Like, I'm always in Sports Plus, and you know, I'm driving the speed limit, but yeah, it's really good on MPG. And like, let me tell you guys, like, where can you find a reliable daily that can gap like 90% of the cars on the road today? Like, it's crazy. The third point I want to mention is the aftermarket support and tuning capabilities of this car. It's funny, guys, because you can literally download horsepower from your phone into the car. Like, they call it email horsepower. It's hilarious. You can literally buy a license and gain horsepower from the push of your phone into the B58. One of my favorite YouTubers, Fresh Kicks, shout out Fresh Kicks, he recently got a 340i, the X-Drive version. So I don't know, I think that says a lot about the B58 platform, because you know he's gonna make that car super fast. And you know, just seeing the B58 and how much potential it has, it's crazy. Now the fourth point I want to mention is price. Guys, the price of a 340, 440, or like even anything B58, actually, it's really reasonable for the car that you get. Like, looking at current prices, I'll put some cars up here, for example. It looks like it stabilized quite a lot. And then the fifth point I want to mention, guys, is just how good BMWs look. Like 340s, 440s, even the SUVs like the X3M, 40i, like, they're just all good looking. BMWs, in my opinion, like, the designs are timeless, and I feel like whether you decide to modify or keep it stock, the cars look great and they perform even better. So the last and final reason, in my opinion, guys, is the ease of maintenance. It's literally simple. Like, there's not much you really have to do in terms of maintenance for the car. My personal advice is just change the oil every like 4,000, 5,000 miles if you're tuned, and then if you're stock, just change it every like 7,000, just for the ease of mind, just to make sure the oil's flowing fresh. One of the other things that I recommend is checking your injectors, because I know Gen 1, they tend to have injector problems, but I swapped them out at 60,000 and they look pretty fine to me. I'll put a picture of the injectors here just so you guys can see what it looked like at 60,000. Another thing I would look out for is just like transmission wise, I do have like a transmission tune on it. I'm gonna look into getting a transmission flush just so everything's like fresh, and it is recommended just to do a flush on the transmission just so it's flowing smooth for the ZF8. Since I'm running a tune, I also do want to make sure the spark plugs are okay too, guys. I take a look at them every like 10,000, but I swap them out every 15 or 20 just to make sure that it performs at its peak. Guys, after watching this video, I really hope you consider my personal reasons why the B58 is still a good purchase in 2024. It's a fantastic car, whether you're looking for a daily or a full-blown project car. But you can actually do both, honestly. Alright, we just got some gas, guys. And I also washed the car today too. It was like super dirty, but we're gonna do a little walk around of the car, show you the carbon and all that. But guys, look at this. I missed a spot here, but it didn't wash off. So my rear tire is like super fat. So I'm gonna take out the specs right now. It's like 265 in the rears, and look at this. It leaves hella rubber because like on the dips and stuff and on bumps, it rubs a lot. But yeah, this is what the car looks like in the light. Carbon busting right now. Let me tell you guys why this is my favorite gas station though. All right, now I gotta go all over here and then put on some E85. I'm running a 265 in the rear, but it leaves hella rubber. It only happens on like dips and stuff, but I gotta get that cleaned out. But yeah, the tire is a little too fat, but damn, the fitment though. But yeah, this is why this gas station is my favorite, because it has E85. Shout out Pearson Fuels. So yeah guys, the reason why I put E85 is because the 91 in California is pretty trash. So the E85, it like kind of washes out, and then it like improves the E80 or the 91. And then this is the best part about getting gas. Oh my god, it's so loud, guys. But I love it. So yeah guys, if you're in California and you got like a 91 tune, I recommend putting just like a gallon or some E85 in it, just so it can just like clean out the bad 91 gas. And it actually like improves timing, and I don't know, I feel like it performs way better too when I put a little bit of E85. I want to run E30 soon, but I just got to get used to like the blending and stuff, and then do some research. So I just got some gas, but now I'm just gonna drive around. I just be finding any excuse to drive this car, honestly. Like I have a daily, but like when you really love your car, like you just find any excuse to drive the car, to be honest. Ooh, I got an angle here. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day so far. It's another beautiful day out in SoCal. Always sunny here for the most part. Every time I put some E85 in the car, like I can hear like the intake sound more, and it just feels so much smoother, if that makes sense. So pretty much the only places I really get gas from is like Shell, Chevron, and Mobil, only because it's a personal preference kind of thing. But I don't know, I just feel like my car performs better when I go to those gas stations. And guys, I have to confess something. So when I first like had the car, for like the first couple months, I would get like Arco gas. The car would perform so bad. Like I don't know if it's like in my head or something, but oh my, look at this driver. Look at this dude. What is this dude doing? Yeah, I don't really road rage, guys, but there's a lot of dumb drivers out here. There's some bad drivers out here, to be honest. He had like an open lane the whole time. But I don't know. It could be someone's like grandparent. Yeah, it was an older dude. It could be someone's like grandparent or like parent. So I don't really rage at people, to be honest. And you never know. People nowadays are crazy, man. They'll shoot you over like something small just for like honking at them or something. But yeah guys, as I was saying, I have to admit, like I used to get Arco gas a lot when I first got the car, because it was like on the cheaper end. But I don't know, I just feel like the car performed super bad every time I get Arco gas. Yeah, when I do these POV drives, guys, I like mount the GoPro on my head, and I don't know, it just feels weird. I feel like everyone sees like a little camera on their head, and like I'm like some kind of like detective or spy or something, and then they get like paranoid. But I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Just gotta get used to it. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy drivers out here, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. right there. Shit's gorgeous, guys. Yeah, every time I see the G80s or G82s, I'm like, oh my god, I break my neck, even if it's stock, guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's like my dream car. I knew when it first came out, people were so like, they were kind of iffy about the front bumper, but I don't know, I always liked it. Guys, look at the reflection of the car. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but yeah, sometimes when you drive the car, like, you don't really see what the car looks like. So when someone else drives it, or like when you see like the reflection of it, like, you're like, damn, that's my car. But yeah, we made it to the grocery store, and I parked all the way over here because this is the reason why. It's funny because this is the same exact grocery store that someone hit my car and actually like dipped on me. But yeah, the damage is like right here. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if it picks up on the camera, but this is the same grocery store. They like hit my car and then they just dipped, but thankfully it wasn't too bad. But yeah, this is the reason why I park a little further away from like my destination, and I make sure, like, I don't know, I try to find like a good spot where no one can like park next to me. It's not to be like douchey or anything, but it's just for that main reason. We're almost at 300 subscribers, guys, and it's crazy how fast we're growing the channel and just the amount of support you guys have shown. And hold on, there's a little tunnel real quick. You guys already know what happens when there's tunnels. I just want to take a quick moment again, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. We're almost at 300 subscribers, guys, and it's so surreal to see how fast the channel is growing and how much you guys have shown support and how much you guys really like the channel and the videos. But in the next video, guys, we're gonna try to do a spark plug install. I've done it before, but we're gonna record it this time just so I can get that into the channel for you guys. We can get a little tutorial in on how to change spark plugs in the B58. It shouldn't be too hard. I have all the tools necessary and I already ordered everything. And so stay tuned for that, guys. But we're gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.